We have a great day planned here in front of us. We've got the third installment of the Floating Islands projects here for CCA. We're right here on Highway 1 between Fourchon and Grand Isle, and we're going to put in about 6,000 square feet of new marsh right here along Highway 1 using Floating Islands technology, a partnership between CCA, Shell, Entergy, Martin Ecosystems, Lafourche Parish, and as you can see behind me, local school kids are going to help us with today's project. And we're going to take this great technology that Martin Ecosystem has come up with. We're going to plant native grasses to Louisiana in these synthetic mats, and then we're going to take those synthetic mats and place them out in the marsh where they will then anchor themselves through the root systems to the natural sea bottom and create new marsh. So it's a great project. We've done a couple of versions of this before in other parts of the state, and so proud to be here in Grand Isle today doing the same thing.
We've lost a significant amount of marsh in this area, and about a mile from here there's a section that has opened up to the highway. The marsh is totally receded, and we're going to restore that area.
This situation is very dire. Certainly we're rebuilding the outer limits of the parish right now with the Caminada Headland project and West Bell Pass project. But surrounding us right now is water, and at one time this was all land, and it's disappearing very quickly to the extent that we have to invite companies and young people in to help us rebuild it, replicate what Mother Nature once did. We're taking every step necessary right now to ensure that there will be some future protection here in the Leeville area, which is the southern part of Lafourche Parish.
In your lifetime, how much land have you seen disappear along the coast?
I would suggest that when I would travel here to Grand Isle, this was all land. And now I would say that 1/4 of it is land and the rest of it is water.
Behind me you will see our floating islands. They are manufactured using recycled PET plastic, which is basically plastic drinking bottles that we use every day. We assemble them using a Coast Guard approved marine foam that adds buoyancy, allowing them to float. And then what we do is we plant them with marsh grass and mangroves so that they ultimately will look like natural marsh.
What kind of success have you had with this?
We've done approximately 12 coastal projects over the last few years, which was about 35,000 square feet. And the islands have performed great. If you did not know that it was a floating mat, you would not tell the difference between natural marsh and the floating island.
Shell is involved in this project because it's a unique opportunity to work with the local students and to participate in a project that will help protect the wetlands, which actually help protect our employees who live in these coastal areas. So the more we protect and enhance the wetlands, the more the communities are able to stay safe in this region, and in those communities are our Shell employees. There are multiple benefits in why Shell wants to participate here.
Shell's involved in this project because protecting the coast while delivering energy to meet the country's growing demand is very important to us.
We're very excited to be sponsoring this project. Preserving the coastal environment is very important to Entergy, not only to help protect our employees and the communities that we serve, it also helps protect our infrastructure.
The lesson they're going to learn today is the importance of saving our wetlands. We are losing our wetlands at an alarming rate compared to other wetlands in the nation, and the kids will get the real life experience and see what it's like to be losing their homeland.
How does this compare to a lesson in a classroom?
Comparing this to the classroom, the kids are more out in a hands-on environment. They're actually out in the field, being able to get the first-hand experience of working in the field.
What kind of value does that have for the students?
I'd say it's an enormous value because kids live here. This is their livelihoods. They need to understand the importance of our wetlands and why it is so important to save them.
Today we planted all kind of types of plants in different kind of marshlands, and we filled them with dirt and put layers of dirt over it, and then we set it off in the marsh.
What'd you learn here today?
We learned that all kind of different plants need to go in certain spots in marshes, and when they grow, it becomes regular marsh and it looks just the same. And it's really important for the wildlife that the marsh is healthy and here.
What was your job here today?
To plant all different types of plants to try and regrow the marshlands.
What'd you learn?
That when these plants grow, it'll regrow the marsh and it'll help preserve the land here.
Why is it important that the coast be saved?
For the animals that live there and for all the people who live around these areas.
I learned that we need to rebuild the marshlands for our future generation.
What do you think about these floating islands?
I think they're a good idea and that they will help in a lot of different ways.
We need to rebuild the wetlands to save Lafourche Parish from coastal erosion in years.
What did you learn about science?
That we really need it to survive.
My job today was planting different types of plants to rebuild the marshlands.
What did you learn by doing this?
I learned that it's very important to rebuild the marshlands for all the different ecosystems that are in the marshlands.
I had to plant plants into the artificial reefs, and the artificial reefs will eventually be put in the water to regain marsh.
What do you think of this project?
I think it's a great idea because without our marsh, we won't have no more marsh, and if we have no more marsh, we have nothing around here, no more people to live here, and no seafood or aqua life.
My job today was to plant the plants for the marsh so we could save our animals in the wetlands.
What did you learn about science today?
I learned that it's very important to save our wetlands so we could save all the animals and the people living here, and our coast could be saved.
And welcome to all the young people who are going to help rebuild Lafourche Parish today. That's how important your job is. You're going to rebuild land so that we can continue to be here for a long time to come. I'm here to thank a lot of people who made this happen. Entergy is here. CCA is here. Shell is a tremendous part of this. Shell was involved as well in the Terrebonne project as CCA was. Martin Ecosystems is here. Everybody who is helping to make this happen. I see volunteer firefighters. I see all kinds of people who want to make sure that we have a future here in Lafourche Parish. It starts with you. It starts with what you're doing today. Well, it's going to just seem like you're playing with dirt and you're 3 years old again. What you're doing today is very, very important for our parish. So I wanted to be sure that I was here to thank you for helping us do this, and to everyone involved for making this important project a success. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. I would like to introduce George Huye. He is the CCA state president, and CCA stands for Coastal Conservation Association, and they are the ones that are actually leading this project and lead many projects across the coast to help enhance fisheries and restore the coast. So, George?
Thank you, Ed. Thank you so much for being here today. As Ms. Charlotte said, that this is a really important project. Martin Ecosystems has, over the years, developed these mats and this program that has been used around South Louisiana now for quite a few years. And this project in particular is important because it's going to be very visible. It's right off the highway. You'll be able to pass here and say, I had a hand in that. And you'll be able to show your friends, and it'll be here a long time. And eventually these types of programs are going to grow and grow to where they'll be commonplace down here. As you know, it's critical that we restore some of this marsh for a lot of reasons. Again, I'd like to thank our partner, Shell Oil. They've been with us for 5 or 6 years as far as helping us build artificial reefs, helping us do these types of projects around the state. And we're an example of how the fishing community gets along with the oil and gas business. It's been a great partnership, and it just shows how careful our oil companies are with our environment today. I'd also like to thank Martin Ecosystems for developing this particular program. and of course Entergy, who contributed a great deal today for this program. But especially thank the Holy, what's the name of the school? Holy Rosary. I went to a school named Holy Ghost. That was confused me. Holy Rosary and Golden Meadow Middle School. You guys are going to be real proud of this, and particularly in about a year from now when you pass it by, and you'll see that it's outperforming the natural marsh area. So thank you again. Y'all have some fun with it. Keep the smiles on your face, and we're going to work you hard today. Thank you.
I'm going to repeat a little bit of what everyone else said. I am so excited to see this many students out here. You guys are going to have a great day planting some marsh grass, and I think it's going to be really neat for y'all to be able to pass by the road and see something that you actually did. Entergy is very excited to partner with Lafourche Parish and Shell and CCA and Martin Ecosystem for this project again. As we said earlier, we did something similar in Houma. It's very important for us to help preserve the coastal environment and participate in coastal restoration projects, because it not only helps protect our system and our infrastructure so that we can provide power to you guys, it also helps protect your communities. So it's a pretty win-win situation, and we're just excited to be here with you.
Thank you, Deanna. And now, officially representing Shell today is Jim Rozycki. He's our Vice President for our Gulf of Mexico business unit, and I will turn it over to Jim.
Yeah, thank you, Ed. And on behalf of Shell, I just want to express our pride in being here. The group's Shell considers Louisiana home, and we take a lot of pride in the work that we do to protect the coastal community, to protect the environment, and at the same time meet the U.S.'s growing demands for energy. We're really excited to partner with CCA and with Entergy and with Lafourche Parish, and proud to be here today. We're very excited about being part of this public-private joint venture, and we're really excited to have so many young people involved. In addition to our Shell colleagues, many of them have brought family members, and we're just really excited to have so many students, because you all are the future of coastal conservation and protection, and the work that you're doing today is just going to really set the stage for what we can do in decades to come. So thanks for the opportunity to be here.
Restoring the wetlands to me means that in each habitat in the wetland there are different fish and crabs and animals that me and my family like to go and catch and eat. And if the wetlands go, so do they. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm here today to help protect the wetlands.
The land usually, it acts like a sponge to the hurricanes. And hurricanes happen a lot down here. And without the wetlands, then our hurricanes would be 10 times worse. So I'm done.
It's amazing. This is a wonderful project. I truly hope this continues.
I'm super excited. It's great to see the kids out here. It's a wonderful project. This is the third project I believe we've done like this, and we're happy to do it down here.
We're just really excited to be here. We're excited to partner with CCA on this LA1 project. I think with the couple of prior efforts that were done in Pointe-Chien, we've been able to show how this is a really exciting, sustainable solution to help preserve the wetlands.
Oh, it's awesome. You know, we had a little bit of cloudy weather, but other than that, it has been a great day to see these students over here get so excited about restoring what's in their own backyard. That is what is really special about today.
I think this is a great project. It's the third one that we have done, and we're grateful to Shell and CCA and Entergy for participating. I think by bringing in students, it brings them closer to and educates them about the problem that we have, and allows them to participate in helping to restore our coast.
It's really been remarkable, the success we've had with these projects up to now. We have, as I said, done a couple of them before, and we found that the marsh we have created has actually outperformed the natural marsh. The projects that we've done before have now been through a couple of very harsh winters. They've endured a couple of very tough storms, including Hurricane Isaac, and they have done very, very well. They've outperformed even our expectations. So through tough winters, through very cold weather, through very low waters, and through some high storm activity, they've done very well and even outperformed the natural marsh.
Why did you select this particular location?
Well, this place is just such a natural spot to do this. The marsh has been so badly degraded over the years. This highway that you might see behind me is the only road to and from Grand Isle. So if it were ever to be affected by erosion, it would really be a disaster for the folks that live and recreate on Grand Isle. So we've got to protect this roadway. We've got to create new marsh, and at the same time, we're going to be creating some new fish habitats. So this was, of all the places in the state we could have done this might be the one that's just screaming out for some restoration work, and so we were glad to bring this project here.
How do the fish react to the floating islands?
Well, so far they seem to react well. Our projects in other parts of the state seem to be attracting some fish activity, and it's just like anything. The root systems on the bottoms of these islands certainly create a habitat for the very small microorganisms, which are preyed upon by the smaller bait fish, which of course brings around the redfish and the speckled trout and the flounder, etc. So when we create these islands, we're creating really a very natural marsh island, and naturally the fish are attracted to that.
It's just a fabulous program, and thanks so much to Shell Oil and Entergy and Martin Ecosystems for helping us with these projects. It's just phenomenal, and we'll have something to see and results to see down the road here in Fushon.
Oh, this is tremendous. It not only will build some land, but it will serve as a symbolic reminder of what's happening here. Having the young people involved gets them involved in the process of soliciting funds, soliciting people to encourage land growth here, to find a way to restore our coast.
It's just exciting. It's such a great partnership that we have with Shell through our Building Conservation Trust, with Entergy, who's now stepped up a couple of times on these projects, Martin Ecosystem, to see these great kids, to see the smiling faces in conjunction with Earth Day here across the United States. It's exciting to be here. CCA is proud to be a part of this, to help do our part to help bring back this coast and conserve our great natural resources.
If people have questions like more information about these activities, what should they do?
Yeah, you can just give us a call at CCA at 225-952-9200. Go to our website at CCA-Louisiana.com. You could read all about the Floating Islands projects or any of the other great programs we have at CCA.